Hi friends, it's Karla. Welcome to Faith at Home. This is the 4th week of Advent. I have a variety of lights here to remind us what we've talked about already. Because God is with us, we have hope. That was week 1. Because God is with us, we have peace. That was week 2. Because God is with us, we have joy. That was week 3. And today, our 4th and last Advent light is about love. Because God is with us, we have love. If you have been looking at your Advent booklet that arrived at your house or that you got at church, you will see that this week's craft is a beaded heart. I hope you have fun with that. Every bead, you can remind yourself of someone you love or someone who loves you. Every time you see an act of love, you can think about your beaded heart. Beaded heart, beating heart. Sounds pretty similar, doesn't it? Sing a song of Advent, sing a song of love. God soon comes to live among us, God Emmanuel. One way to show an act of love is to share with others who have needs. So I'm going to put my offering in here and remind everybody that we have been collecting for good gifts so we can buy things that help feed the world. Because God is with us, because God is with us, God with us. It's been our special word all through Advent. Emmanuel, Emmanuel, God with us, Emmanuel, 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 God with us, Emmanuel. Today we continue the story of Elizabeth, the mother of John the Baptist. You might remember that Mary, the mother of Jesus, and Elizabeth were cousins. And Mary had gone to visit Elizabeth to tell her the good news that they were both expecting a special baby. So this week, we're going to read in the first chapter of Luke, starting at verse 57. Luke 1, verse 57, it says, John the Baptist is born. I'm going to read a little bit of this. The time came for Elizabeth to have her baby. She gave birth to a son. Her neighbors and relatives heard that the Lord had been very kind to her, and they shared her joy. On the 8th day, they came to have the child circumcised. They were going to name him Zechariah, like his father. But his mother spoke up. No, she said, he must be called John. They said to her, no one among your relatives has that name. Then they motioned to the father, Zechariah. They wanted to find out what he would like to name the child. He asked for something to write on. Then he wrote, his name is John. Everyone was amazed. Right away, Zechariah could speak again. Right away, he praised God. All his neighbors were filled with fear and wonder. Throughout Judea's hill country, people were talking about all these things. Everyone who heard this wondered about it. And because the Lord was with John, they asked, what is this child going to be? Now the next part is called Zechariah's song. Did you notice that Zechariah couldn't speak at first? If you want to know more about why he couldn't, you can just back up one page and start at the beginning of Luke chapter 1, and you will find out there is another angel involved. So Zechariah was visited by an angel. Elizabeth was visited by an angel. Mary was visited by an angel. Joseph was visited by an angel. These were extra special babies being born. So when Zechariah could speak again, the next section is called Zechariah's song. It said John's father, Zechariah, was filled with the Holy Spirit and he prophesied. Remember, prophet, prophesy? That was when you deliver a message from God to others. Give praise to the Lord, the God of Israel. He has come to his people and purchased their freedom. He has acted with great power and has saved us. Now, there's a few more verses about Israel, but I'm going to skip to verse 76 where they talk about baby John again. This is still his father speaking. And you, my child, will be called a prophet of the Most High God. You will go ahead of the Lord to prepare the way for him. You will tell his people how they can be saved. You will tell them that their sins can be forgiven. All of that will happen because our God is tender and caring. His kindness will bring the rising sun to us from heaven. It will shine on those living in darkness and in the shadow of death. It will guide our feet on the path of peace. The child grew up and his spirit became strong. He lived in the desert until he appeared publicly to Israel. I think I'm starting to understand why we have the words hope and peace and joy and love as our Advent weeks to prepare for Christmas. I'm hearing those words in these scriptures, in these stories about the coming of Jesus. God coming to be with us. Emmanuel. I was looking at this book, and it mentioned the word tender. Zechariah saying, by the tender mercy of God, the light will shine upon us. Tender mercy, tender. That is not a word we use very much. We usually say gentle. Remember when you were little and everyone was always saying, be gentle, be gentle? When you were around an animal or a baby, be gentle, be careful. Tender is very similar to gentle. But thinking about that word, right away, my brain went, oh, I know a place we use that word. It's in the song Silent Night. And then I was thinking how Miss Leah used to help us sign Silent Night. And then I was reading in Luke about Zechariah not being able to speak and how he was trying to sign to the people. So as we close today, let's sing Silent Night. I may not do the signs exactly like Miss Leah. I had to look some of them up. You can try them if you want. You could look them up yourself. You could watch it and catch your favorites, or just do the ones you know. I'll do my best. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round young virgin, mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Bye, friends. See you next time.